social media is a platform for people to share the best moments of their lives, along with some of the worst things like grieving a death.
Yep, and this morning we're chatting with what we should consider sharing versus oversharing.
That's right. We've got social media expert Jessica Zweig here to chat about this topic.
Jessica Zweig.
Zweig.
It's all good. I'm used to it
Zweig.
my whole
Yeah,
life.
be nice
It's all
of
good.
pronunciation. All right. Good morning. Anyway, it's
Good
good to have you
morning.
here. So recently, actress Jenny Garth was criticized on social media for posting a photo of her daughters, right? And instead of a message about Luke Perry, who had recently passed away, on her Instagram, she got a lot of flack for this one. So I guess the question is she obligated to say something publicly?
No, I don't think so. I think when people post or don't post about something as delicate as death, it's not a reflection of how they feel about that person. It's a reflection of how they feel about social media and their relationship to social media. When it comes to grieving, a lot of people like to get on and post those long memorial posts. It's very cathartic and healing for certain people, and other people, they can't even touch social media for months because they're processing it. And I think we forget that social media isn't life, guys.
Yeah.
It's just a projection of life. And if you're in the public eye, I think if you're a politician and there's a national emergency, or you're the CEO of a company and you have a product recall, okay, like get on the internet and talk to your people.
Right.
But people like Jenny Garth, at the end of she's just she's a celebrity, but she's an everyday person. And we get to choose our own narrative. And I think a lot of people use social media so unconsciously a lot that we forget that.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's not real life, but when it comes to public figures, why do we expect them to share every aspect of their life?
Well, social media is now the media. Right?
Yeah.
That's the truth.
So
If you see something on the Wall Street Journal, you expect to read about it on Twitter. It's just the way that it is. Most of us, though, aren't in the public eye. We have our own communities that we're building, and we're creating relationships. But the beautiful part about it, and I get to do this all day, I run a company that does personal branding, is really deciding what are our objectives when it comes to social media, which is just a fancy way of saying, what am I seeking to gain? And nobody really thinks about that. We get on social media and do what everyone else is doing, or get caught up in the stories of the drama, and forgetting that this is a tool. It's a tool to build community. It's a tool to grow our companies. It's a tool to connect with people and our friends from high school and whatnot. But most people don't approach it like that. It's just very unconscious. And I think we all have to take a big step back, slow down to speed up, write it out. What am I trying to gain? What social channels make the most sense for what I'm trying to gain? And stay to the script. Because you don't have to share everything, and you really shouldn't.
Yeah, like you said. What boundaries do you recommend for people to kind of differentiate between sharing and oversharing?
Again, it goes back to what you're comfortable with and what you're trying to, again, accomplish. I've built my entire career personally on oversharing my successes and celebrating like wins and great things that are happening to me, as well as being vulnerable. But again, I don't share every little detail that goes on in my life. It's not what social media is for. So really, again, thinking about what are you comfortable with, who's your community, and what are you trying to gain from using social, because it's different for everybody.
Jessica Zweig, do people need to grieve or
Good job.
grieve or celebrate on social media? I think there's always a wonder if you should celebrate your wins.
Yeah.
And is it proper to grieve personally on social media? How do you decide between those?
I think when it comes to celebration, yes. I think it's a great place to do that. It spreads a positive message. I think a lot of people are concerned with, well, I don't want to come off as braggadocious or whatnot. And there's that saying that a true friend, a sign of a true friend is not when they can be there for you when they're down, but when they can celebrate your successes too. And if there's going to be people that are hating on you because you're doing well, that's their stuff, not yours. So we've really got to cut that noise and forget that, you know, the haters, as they say. And I think, again, grieving is so personal. It is such a delicate topic. And I've seen so many posts in my feed when a dog dies or a parent dies, and people post this long post and they get hundreds of comments and likes. That can be really an amazing way to do it today. It's a part of our culture, social, but I don't think that there's any hard and fast rules about it. It's really a personal choice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in and breaking it all down for us.
Thank you for having me. As always,
We'll
guys.
see you again soon.
Sure, I will. I hope so.
All right, check out Jessica on social media, Jessica Zweig. That's where you can find her. She's also got info there for a personal brand masterclass coming up this weekend.